Hey, it's Kelsey from PhantomSpot. I'm going to show you some of the SPY Phantom prints that we filled in the past two sessions and give you a little bit of a background of what a Phantom print is if you're not familiar. So before we get started, just remember I'm not a financial advisor. Anything that I track is for my own educational purposes only, and I'm sharing that for educational purposes. So always do your own DD, do your own research, and trade at your own risk. So if you don't know what a SPY Phantom print is, it is a version of a dark pool print. So it comes from institutional trading, and that does not occur in the regular market that we trade in. It trades in the dark pool network. And when we see a Phantom print, it is at a price that we haven't traded at in the past like 24 to 48 hours. So say we're looking at my SPY chart right now, for example, this is just hypothetical. Say we're trading around like 535 and we see a print come through on the tape that is at like 500. Well, we've not been anywhere near 500 in the past 24 to 48 hours, so we would call that Phantom print. But say we see one at like 545, for example. Well, that's not a Phantom print. That would just be a dark pool print. And sometimes I call them late prints because they are reported late to the tape. If you do think about it, it is in the past 24 to 48 hours. So technically, that is a late print. Phantom prints are awesome because they basically show you the odd prices that institutional trades have occurred at. And these are not buy and sell specifically like open orders. These are transactions where there were both a buyer and a seller, and this is just the record of the transaction coming through. Now, not every time do we go to the level, but often we do, and sometimes it just takes time. Like say the 500 print, for example. We didn't get one of those today, but just for this example, that seems crazy right now. We're at 535. Well, a trade happened there, and eventually we might go there, so why not mark it off on our chart? And I track these for PhantomSpot. I categorize them as open if we haven't traded to the level, and fulfilled if we have gone to that level and filled the price. And I love them. I've been tracking them for a couple years now, and they are great. So let me show you. Okay. Get this in the screen. Okay, you can see it. So this was yesterday, and this was the Liberation Day. So the tariffs were announced, and you can see we went up. We filled a couple Phantom prints on the upside, and then the downside volatility was crazy. We went and we filled several down here. All these yellow, I mark them as yellow if they're Phantom prints. And these orders had been coming through lower for a while. And then today we continued. You can see here's today. I'll just go back to my trading view. Okay, so here's today, and we can see that we bounced slightly from the overnight session, and this canceled Phantom print was overhead resistance, and then we went down and we filled a huge chunk right here, and then we continued even further, and these were all levels that we identified were within range. So this was great to see. I know this day and this market move hurt a lot of people, so we've been trying to stay humble and be compassionate for the people who've lost, but I would like to take this opportunity to show that some of these levels we've been seeing when we were trading higher. So I made a document of just the filled Phantom prints from the past two sessions, and then you can see they were all filled either yesterday or today. And a lot of them were recorded even back to 2024. Price fluctuates and it will leave some behind sometimes, but you can see that they become key targets as the trends are right. You can see it back around December when we were trading around 604. We had all of these prints in the 545s, and that's crazy because we just made it down here. So let's turn off some lines and let's go to like the 4 hour. So up here, here's where we were recording some of these. And you can see that was such a crazy spot strike price difference. It seemed like, well, that's crazy. That's like that 500 and versus the 535 example that I gave earlier. We were at around 604, 605, and these prints were coming through for the 545s. And eventually it took time. I mean, it had to work to get down there. It's not an instant thing, but we did get down there. And I love these prints because when they come within the weekly, the daily, or even up to like the monthly range, they can become in play. And we can see every bounce attempt we had in the past couple sessions. Yeah, we filled a couple phantom prints yesterday, but there were just so many below us that we came down to fill. Okay, and then let me zoom in a little bit. So this is what I do with PhantomSpot. I track them and I love them. And we have a Discord chat that we connect with all of them. We share our ideas, and a bunch of people look at these different ways. So like, not my way isn't the best way. There are different ways, and it's really just what works for you. This is great for day traders. This is great for swing traders if you know the sentiment. And you can see this was all part of my plan. I give an over under, and that's an area that I consider price to be bullish if above or bearish if below. And I give both sides of the plan because you should be prepared. You shouldn't have a bias. So that's what I do, and we made it down, and this was all within range today. It might have seemed crazy to continue lower after yesterday's move, but we did it. So that's about it. If you have any questions, definitely feel free to email me or reach out, kelsey@phantomspot.com, or you could join us. Plans start as low as $15.99 a month. You get an email with it, a daily email, updates along the way, access to the Discord. And if you join a plan that has the algo, then you'll get things like the trends, the algo levels, all of that. So we would love to have you, even if you're just interested in phantom prints and the market sentiment. So yeah, thank you for watching.